Normally I would hate that comp with a passion.
Furia on the attack.
They actually have okay stuff.
Go
Lev on defense, Furia on attack.
The salvo already clearing out one of the thorns.
Yeah.
Dude, Leaf, apparently though, they were meant to pick Lotus. That's what someone in chat was telling me.
Before the salvos, up top mid.
King's gonna
And there was like a miscommunication.
He started to slow down, but it was too
Dude, this is the most incredible timing ever.
And the Vise wall is still up on Ace, so these guys can't actually accelerate into the site. King might be able to find
Oh my
players.
god.
Knife him, you coward.
Oh god.
Oh no, he turned.
Oh no.
Oh, and he dies first.
But Tex on the site, getting a couple.
It can't start off like this.
To the pistols of Furia. But it's gotten competitive for what seemed like it was going to be a disaster. At least for now, it's been salvaged.
Oh, look where that spike is. I mean, this round is just over from Furia. No chance for them to
That's
really
so
play this.
sick. That's like the
They've
best
got
start
50
to a round
seconds,
I've
but
ever
I think
seen.
Lev could even still close the door. This late into the round, they're
I
going to
like
go
this
ahead
from
and do
Furia
that.
though. Spike down.
Heat's gonna
They're
put
trying
on a
to.
calm
Is this like
cosplay and go
instant,
for a
right?
late
So
flank and spawn
he might be
while
here
Rafa causes some
before
noise
they
here,
consider
breaks
it.
down the door
They're
to
not,
pull
but
some heads.
I like
Julius
the idea.
doesn't work against calm. Look, he's
You can see
holding
Rafa's just there
heaven.
looking at it.
He knows better.
Salvos to break the door as he goes for a peek, maybe? Oh.
Salvos break the door.
It could have worked. This guy
A little
looked
bit
when he
is
looked. This guy
Shots
actually.
not
Oh,
connected
they're
for
looking
Rafa.
away.
Heat up in heaven. 20 seconds
Ah,
left
bro,
on the round.
it had
was
potential.
Tom who was watching heaven.
I thought they were gonna try and swing.
Well played. So
Like I thought he was gonna go like here as they broke the salvos. So I saw this guy actually look at door.
Beginning of the round.
King impersonating the jester.
Well,
Dude, it's so sad too because King genuinely played that exactly how he needed to. He just got owned because this guy turns around to pick up the orb.
Why does he have his knife out?
To get the timing.
I mean,
Because he wanted a knife from, bro.
No.
No, you do it for the culture.
No, not for that knife, man.
The knife out is
You
kinda
blame him
crazy.
for that one? I give him some slack for it, personally.
I don't know about that. I would be livid if I saw my player pull out a knife right there. Either way, Lev had the read. It was still a good play.
What do they
It was
got?
a minor
Nothing
misplay from
extra
King. They
on
still
the
secure
buy.
round.
Didn't get a plant
I
down.
think
Sorry, on the eco.
The struggles for both of
And
these
wait, this
teams
is
have been very well documented.
but honestly,
right?
I'm alright with
Across
this.
really the entire year. And maybe now we've settled, at least on the side of Leviatan, on who's going to be the correct IGL. Maybe we
Damn,
kind of
big
get
pop.
roles figured out, but
Stun.
I don't know, guys. Listening to some of
Stun,
the interviews
salvo,
like the ones you mentioned
salvo.
earlier from Pedro Romero, shout out Pedro, like it seems like there's a whole lot going on in that camp.
They keep
Well, it's
one
not a
here in
great
case
look
they
either. Demon
re-clear.
whiffed the one way.
I saw that.
I was going to let that one go, man.
I couldn't.
Low-key, Omen Tech, by the way, you purposely missed that. You hide it with a judge.
You do the dropping one way. Yeah.
Dude,
no,
everyone
I'm
does
with
that.
you, I'm
Not
with
even
you.
dropping one way. You go hide in it with a shotgun. We'll never see it coming. Like, oh, you missed the one way. Easy cleanup here for Lev. Flawless round.
Three
And
armory
that'll really
buys.
make
That's
for a
it.
strong bonus. Look at the buy going into the bonus. That's a really good bonus buy coming out of Lev.
Take a look at it. The eco frags one more time. Ender, you were talking about how some of the competition that Leviatan have faced makes it to where maybe their record is not as accurate as you might think.
Yeah.
Is there still hope that you're holding out for this squad?
To me, I feel
I was
like
kind of
Leviatan are
hoping.
kind of a middle of the pack team.
I was
Like,
kind of
not a
hoping that he
full-on
was gonna
doomer
like
for
miss the
squad
smoke
just yet.
again, but actually go close with
But the thing is, we haven't
Judge,
seen
and it was like a
play
double
other
bluff.
teams
He
around
might
the
have
league. I wanna
actually
see them
just
play, like,
genuinely missed the
I don't know,
smoke,
like
but
100 Thieves, the Sentinels maybe.
I thought it was a little layer thing.
The closest
Okay, they do
matchup
play
we
close
maybe
though,
would've
so maybe they're
seen
doing it on
in that
purpose.
as
Who
well.
knows?
Very risky. Tech swinging main right there as the Senti. Losing that util very early.
Interesting here, Lev not filling in on that space. I thought King might try to post.
It was a
up
bit
with
odd when your
Marshall
waylays
in
just
PA,
chilling here,
but
and your
opted to
sentinel
give that away
swinging.
for now.
I like the call from Furia here. Cut noise, bleed the clock, and you can see right now the lack of a Senti. It's a 2-2 split for Lev across
Do you
this
prefer
giant
Demon
map.
1 with or
mid's
without the
completely open.
beard?
There was a wall
I
there
couldn't care less,
from the
to be
Vibes, but that
honest.
of course going to be offline.
What question
Furia
is
haven't
this?
really seized
I
an
don't care,
opportunity
man.
to step into the space, and Demon 1's creeping up on the one-way. Wow.
And getting the kill onto Khalil. Nicely done.
Well, now that smoke's gone for Furia on the hit, this becomes a lot more complicated and maybe requires Rafa to find something top mid.
Lots of pressure on him. He has found the weak spot in theory, or he might be able to press and make it hurt.
I mean, this spot is very powerful because you hear all the rotations.
Good
And
omen
he knows he
flash.
has this timing now. He hears the heaven rotate. He knows probably one more at B.
Interesting.
Come on
He's
top of a
looking at
luck,
it.
surely. Oh god, he's got the best
Oh,
timing.
Oh, come calm with the timing.
Very well done.
And the thing is, he was calling his teammates into B. There's still that player there, calm, a
But I do
chance to
think that,
reposition over into lane
I
and do
don't
some
know.
serious damage
I feel
with
like
10
the
seconds on the
3
clock.
has to
He is
play
by
before he
himself,
plays
though.
them, but I get the
rotations are
time
starting to come
slow.
through. I don't know that they'll arrive in time. The delay is certainly going to help with the missiles.
Oh dear God,
That's
this
the
spike gets done.
They can't plant. The round's over.
That's the round, unless they frag out, and they're not even going to give them the fights. Demon One's still playing all the way back A. The delay utility
Is that
saved
first
it.
buy?
Oh, the idea there from Furia. That's rough. That is very rough. Something I'm not a fan of, by the way, in pro level is having the lurk activated first.
Didn't they
in
kind
most
of
these
own it?
scenarios.
This is what I don't
think
get, right?
lurks
You had
through
someone
spots like this need
inserted,
to be taking
you
second,
faked
maybe even
A
third
pressure,
contact.
you had a one-person
And you can
rotate.
see why. Calm is
Normally
just
with that, you
sniffing
can
out
call your
everything
team
that's
back and you
going
can
on
just
in mid
split
right
over
now.
towards there, and then you can
there's no
hide, you
drawing
can
his
call the
attention.
rotates, and then you can
And
late
it's not
peek when they're
Calm
like
has to hold
here.
both those lines because it's always possible the A player comes back to
Or you
re-clear
could
him once
super
no
late
one's
luck.
speeding up into the A
It
side,
felt like they
right?
did
So
all the hard work,
you need those extra levels of
and
distraction.
then
All right, boys, a quick taking stock of the situation.
then
You've
the
got King
VIP is
with
going
the
before
op
anyone else.
across the middle of the map. And a light buy for Furia.
Couple of rifles still. They held on.
Shot.
Two nice shot
Nice
from
shot.
Yeah, very nice. And Knife's going to get a fair amount of info. Demon One's in a cheeky little spot. 5-0 for the controller so far.
Okay, drone over
If you look at
towards B,
Pryze's
doesn't
kit,
see
he's the silver
anyone,
there.
might be able
There's
to
nothing
rotate it.
clear out Demon One
Still
right
got the
now.
wall for middle, yeah, they're gonna have to hold
There's
mid and B with
nothing.
But
one.
there's nothing, there's no cross with him. I mean, if he flashes, he's kind of by himself.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The
I thought-
paranoia near sight.
It
I
does
thought
feel,
maybe somebody would help swing off of from main as well.
No, he had KO spotting the cross.
No, he had
with
K- he had
paranoia
KO
in
spotting,
hand,
but
and
It
I
can
just-
get a little bit
what a
weird
play
from like
Pryze.
Yeah, very
the
well
angle
done.
he's holding. It doesn't give Demon One
Rossi's
much
gonna try
time
to
to flash.
Save this a little bit with King perched up in heaven. The op.
Like
ringing
if you
true.
want to do it,
Another
like
round
you would
for
do
Lev.
like jump spot, right? Because you want to
Seems like
be
they're gonna be able to
like the
save
problem with
off. They're gonna
holding
next.
a line from
Yeah,
I
very well
guess
done.
anywhere in this box
that'll be nice
is
for Leviatan.
they're so
Also,
close
it's
that
not
your
really
instant
showing
reaction is to
very
once you get
active
Oma
look
flash
with the
W
way Leon
forward.
by. They're just that
Yeah.
deep
And then
hold
take
into
the
mid.
jaw.
Now King maybe wants to play a little bit more aggressive into the mains.
You gotta spot
Now
it like
we've
this
seen
angle, or you gotta
Furia
jump spot
falter on a
it.
much slower round where they get punished going for the late rotate with some mid control, then try to run this quicker split here, but with the lower guns, that not paying off either, and very hard to scale past that op.
I will say I like the pairing of Rossi and Demon One at main right now. Immediately push back.
Yeah, I like this from Furia though.
Sends an attack smoke in
Actually,
main.
just interstaking A main. The problem is
The
they've
orb
never
likely go
really
to the
pushed over
orb.
towards B main, other than
Think.
the
Yeah, they pulled the knife out of
Was it the
Rossi
bonus
as
round?
well, so the stall potential on Lev's A side a lot weaker than it would be.
lose
Especially
A
if
main
Fly's set up over towards B.
into the drone towards mids. Wait, what is
Mid-round
this?
aggression here. What a read from Lev.
They've got to know mid is a bit weak because they saw so much put into A main early.
Okay,
Now
this
they see
is
the
nice
scouting
from
on the
Furia,
B
though.
side. They're gonna see
They're
that
creating
he's
so
got
much
to
pressure
pick
over
those. They know there were
towards
just two
B,
players over in B
and then
main.
they could
Now
honestly
there's a chance
pop
for
over
Rossi to get
towards
that
A right
walkout on
now.
the Cat. At the same time, the reclear comes in B main. This is beautiful. Now they can shift back over into the A site. If Furia
See,
don't
Demon
go
One's flash
immediately,
hits,
they're gonna be
doesn't
able to
hit
fight
the
this.
Yoru.
Beautifully painted
Ooh,
picture. Demon
nice
One
shot,
on
though.
the site getting the best of Havoc. And again, the delay utility becomes a problem. You've got the mollies, you've got the missiles, but Khalil slipped the net. Able to take care of some of that defensive fortification, and now the site is open. Pryze with 10 HP, Khalil much healthier. But an attempt to try to keep this
My
back. When you're
goodness,
outnumbered
King.
and you're outgunned like that, it does not add up.
Wait, that was a 6 stun
The
though.
Waylay comes out, gets that space. Oh,
Dude,
that's
it feels so weird to watch Furia at the
Big
moment.
time.
It feels
That
like
was just a great macro
they-
round from Lev, I think. Rossi, right? He's
Yeah.
calling
do
today.
everything,
He's the one that
like,
is
pretty good
counting
for the
numbers
first,
of
like,
players
40
across the map,
seconds.
getting this walkout into Cat.
and then they need to
Not
do
just
like
the
the
fact he
last
gets the kill,
step, but then they do the
knowing
wrong
that
step.
That shift is coming over into
It's
A.
happened
He's able to
twice
flood
now.
out, get the kill,
Dude, this stun
and then
is
even
nuts.
just up one number,
Actually
let
hit it.
trade each other out
Dude, wait,
very
the timing
nicely
was
coming through from
incredible.
Evan.
Yeah, I really like. We haven't got to really talk about the comp change too much here. I think this comp suits Lev a little better, right? Rossi can micro a little bit with Demon One in A main. You have Calm and King, heavy vocal players on the other side of the map
I think
floating around.
2021
And you're
Sen
kind of
beats
spacing out
Furia.
the big comps
I think
with, no pun intended.
2021
The
Sen beats anyone
communicators
these
in the
days,
game
mate.
are spread across the map, whereas the double Senti comp, it's very static. It's not nearly as fluid, and we didn't see them on this defensive half, to be fair. but I do like the proactivity I'm seeing across the map from LEV.
I think also just more proactive or like obvious fighting tools as well, right? So when they want to set up, you know, some aggressive looks for themselves, whether it's on the defensive side or even on the attacking side too, it can be a little bit simpler to plan. We've heard teams talking about running the double senti, and it requires a lot slower rounds, especially on the attacking side, where if your lurkers aren't finding
it depends.
picks
Like,
or
are they
finding good
still
information,
they
like,
pracking
those
for
rounds
all the
can just
years, or you're
crunch
literally
to a
just
halt.
telling me the
Yes,
level of
and
the
this is Furia's first
2021
timeout here.
Sentinels?
I think
Like,
they
you
might
telling
have
me
been
that the
blindsided by
same
the
level
comp change
that
as
they
well, right?
played,
Definitely.
how they
Week to
played
change
Valorant
comps,
back
This
then,
is clearly a pick into the
Furia would
weakness
literally beat
of
them
LEV from last
13-4.
week, and they might be a little shocked at what they're seeing
I
here.
strongly
Yeah,
believe
I
that.
mean, this isn't a small change either. It's not like you're swapping.
Do you know
devices with
how
Cypher or
shit
something
everyone
like
played
that,
in
where
2021?
The recipe is
It's
the
so
same.
crazy to
Axel
watch the
opting
stuff back
I
then.
like that.
Well, we're gonna
We're
have a
all
tiles push.
Yep.
headless
We're gonna get the
chickens. No
standard
one knows what they're
Senti,
doing.
Hold down A. We're pushing
Sentinels
tiles. Oh,
won everything
Paranoid's
because they
gonna cut
were
through.
better aimers.
Flash from the KO
That's
through
it.
the window,
That's literally
maybe?
A little crunch.
No.
Comms has his ult too.
Oh, this is gonna be insane. They're all outside B.
This could be a mess.
The Waylay's coming tiles.
Should do a VOD review? Bro, it's embarrassing the stuff that went down.
You got the recall set up, the dash over the top, the hinder to connect, someone playing tiles. It's not there. It is. Rappa falls.
Dude,
That was a bit bunched.
Yeah, they didn't fully invest like
it
I
was.
thought they would.
I mean, it's just the fact it's against the
That is
low
the
buy. It's the
trouble.
only reason I don't like it. But
That
I get the
Stinger does
idea.
so
It's like
much
they
damage,
call a
but it's not
timeout. You
enough
go
to get the kill.
aggro. It's the
Now they're
classic.
going to speed up out towards B. Demon 1 close by. Calm not too far off.
the
That
trades.
ult's going to buy a little bit of time, but it's Texer by himself in a 1v2 with Op.
With the op is so tough. The Stinger by his feet too. He's gonna try and find the pick first on the shot. Great work out of him.
Drops the shoulder, upgrades the weapon to something more formidable. In a 1v1, a tap of the spike, not fully committing onto it yet. His prize is trying to find his right window, but connects the shots onto Tex. It's a thrifty round win for Furia.
That is a much needed round win.
Yeah,
that
I
is
think they kind of
huge
messed
from
up a
Furia,
little bit, but the idea makes
The
sense, right?
proactivity, we were complimenting it. They might have bit off more
That's
than
the
they could chew right
content
there.
watching the evolution
I'm
of
trying
Valorant.
to figure out what happened.
I mean,
in
everyone
mid.
was just trying to work out what the hell's going on in this game.
Because King jumps over and didn't initially clear the player under him. He spent extra time whipping around to get this, then he gets swung. He needs to have 2 kills there minimum.
Tom, I don't really know. I'm hearing like mixed things
every
about
single Fury guy is turning to
in terms of,
hard
like,
hold
Vanna.
that B main.
Right.
That's a crazy lineup, though.
That is sweet.
Yeah, that was
hinder,
nerdy.
the hinder onto tiles like that. It did feel like it was missing something.
Right back into the action we go.
Okay, there was just Havoc through a fake TP bottom mid right now. Rossi should have been in range to here. That's why King's rotating to play mid 3 at the moment. Lev might be thinking this is more of a B split look.
Look
because
at this
that teleport.
Yeah, look at the turtle setup right now. They're anticipating a B hit, potentially with a Vice ult, and they're just gonna chill back here.
Surely they've
They are
got like
fine.
shorties to play with backside.
You guys say they're fine. The TP through. Bolstering that a little bit.
Bit early on the flash from the Vice.
They're kind of stalling out here. I thought
Yeah,
they'd
it's
be
a weird
accelerating
round.
a little bit
Wait,
more.
they could.
Maybe patience is what
could.
pays off.
Wow.
Oh god.
Every angle. I mean, Prize gets 2 kills.
Oh
Tex
my
is
goodness,
still
this is kind of nice
backside,
from
but not
Furia.
for long.
This
This round's just cooked.
Yeah, it didn't look like Lev was fully ready for some of those fights, but great patience from Furia.
Yeah,
They
dude,
waited out the
3
Vice.
pass and
Thorns,
tussling
they-
at the
they
back
dodged the
against the
flash,
Teo.
And they were just super ready for all of these fights. I mean, none of the Lev
I was going to
players
say
were
they
ready
could
for
pivot over
any of
towards
that.
A, especially as they
King
got
was
this kill, and
expecting
obviously they got the
that CT smoke is
confirmation of
going
the
down
Omen ult,
before
right?
the
That's
scale
normally like
comes into the site because
call
of the
that
Thorns
people would
delaying
make.
out. King's thinking he can find a kill, but there were 3 players just hard holding this line against him.
Yeah. It's one of those rounds where it felt like the macro was there for Lev, but the micro was off, and Furia capitalized on it.
Yeah, even nice paranoia there. Double holding the backside swing. Good work.
The money's now weird for the next round too. You know, they've been investing that op. They can't afford to buy it here because of how costly it's been in the last couple of rounds, and now they're in this weird like
What does this
Sherry,
buy?
Guardian, light armor mess.
Okay, they force
Do have
into
some
it.
pretty heavy ultimates to work
It's a
with
really
Lev.
important round.
So not so dire, but this is going to be a big swing round depending on how many of these ults they want to commit in. If Lev lose this, the next one's looking dire.
Okay, at least Demon 1
Annihilation
isn't
coming online.
anchoring with
Not
the
yet.
with the
He's on the
solo
board with a frag.
Sheriff.
Dude, he
It's
just
not
used that
too
2
bad. In
rounds
terms of
ago.
how they're
Yeah,
playing,
yeah.
it's not
No,
too
he
bad,
just
right? He can
becomes
probably
comms.
get
Oh,
this gun,
okay,
get
okay,
TP,
yeah.
get this gun fit.
0 and 6, and
Yeah,
he's got 2
yeah.
ults in it.
They decide to call to
We're
get
gonna be
aggro,
farm.
and it's
Ooh,
going
is
to
it
be
reclick?
stunned close into
Does he have
Omen
TP up?
Flash. No?
I don't know that King does, dude. Oh, you've spotted him.
Good gate crash out of here.
That doesn't seem like the Havoc way, does it? Overstays his welcome. Bites off a bit more than he could chew. in a heat.
I mean, it's a nice replay from Lev. They just looked really unaware that someone could be close in that corner.
But have been working these last couple of rounds. This time, though, Rafa is going to be moving late into mid. Lev saw this a few rounds ago, and he went top mid and got punished. This time, he needs his main players to activate before he goes for the look.
I was going to say, if you're Lev here, you're much more willing to invest some of these ults. King is going to try to get away.
Here he is. Perfect pinch timing on the market push.
Now, no, Tex and Rossi, all three of them have their ults if they need to invest them, but they're just going to frag their way through. It was a lighter buy, but you mentioned there was enough behind this for it to be a problem. Ender, you were right.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised Rafa goes for the spawn walk there. If he plays into B, he's got a pinch, he can trade out his teammate, then it's a one-on-one. Furia kind of chose to play for their individual fights and ended up getting punished for it because of the King just ratting out sort of on site there.
You know, I think that was one of the critiques that I had of Furia, especially towards the beginning of the year, that I'm not seeing having been fixed, is that a lot of times when I watch them play, they play as if though they're better shooters than they are. And they play for their own individual fights a lot. And it doesn't usually work out for them.
Oh, speaking of fights. They're ready to brawl B main.
This didn't work out last time. But second time's the charm, or so they say. Demon 1 dead.
Wonder if Rafa
What was this used? Was that used on the push initially?
The drone this time, but he's been taking space off that pretty
They
consistently.
just didn't have a second layer if they were fighting.
Is there a follow-up behind it? He's going to try to hunt him
Oh
down.
my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Lighting up B main, but falling for it.
Oh my god, Calm's stuck on this side of the wall too. That is brutal.
What a mess. And now they can speed up behind this. Rossi's going to be here. He's got full bag of utility. Including the ult, but you can't imagine he uses it here. Tex has to find value.
2 on 5. I almost think Lev should save. Nothing's given to them.
Yeah.
I don't think Khalil spotted him on that little jiggle.
The money is not good. Oh.
Oh dear.
You're going forward. Okay. Yeah.
I just wanted like a second.
Round from Furia to get them to
I wanted a
3.
second Lev.
Sean,
These Omen,
I
Flash,
want to ask you a question now.
salvos,
on the
and
scale,
the damage.
How
All to
muddy
take.
is this
It's not too
match?
much.
We
That
are
if someone's in
covered.
front of the smoke, they got
We
no
are
extra
covered.
We
layer.
are lathered up.
They definitely don't
Yes,
need all
indeed.
of that util.
Oh man. I'm shocked King just went for a solo ult play like that. I mean, it was a good ult. He could have
solo
capitalized,
ult players
but there was
so.
nothing helping him.
I wonder if he
Nothing.
thought, because there was the drone.
Honestly,
going
you know what
in,
I was saying
he might have
about
thought there were more
2021
players going behind
Sentinels?
that,
Like
so it's
someone
I'll give them a
Yeah.
couple of more rounds
That's
from what
I
I've
to
seen.
try and give the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm trying to come up
I was
with,
too
but
harsh. I said 4.
was
I'll
very
give them like a
ambitious.
7. Maybe an 8.
Here's that smoke. Again, front A main. They disrespect the one-way very quickly. Teo drone going up cat from tiles. This guy's got range.
doesn't really find too much of anything, but
Well, I think the passive info, though, is valuable.
yeah, knowing that Lev aren't going for that active walk down we saw a few times in those early rounds.
Havoc sent the gate crash in, and I don't think anyone can capitalize on the TP if he does take it.
Rossi's suppression came in, so
Missed
Furia
their
kind of called
forms.
off that quick hit.
There's no way they missed their
Oh, he
forms.
does
It
tag
landed
one.
on top of
So
this.
comms drone from mid.
That's
did
impressive
just
to do. It's
tag
hard to do
Heat,
that
as you see
lineup.
on your screen, but Rafa was posted up behind the box.
So that's all back B. Just a dry all
Are we
back B.
scared?
Just an ult back B after the pressure over towards A.
Or are
with
they
a
doing-
gun?
This is so awkward now.
I mean,
I mean,
it's
it's
on
into
the
an
rounds.
eco, but the whole
The only
map,
person
the
in
whole
good
round
position
has been
is
thrown
Demon
away.
1 with the
There's a
classic.
lurk tree. There's still
Stun
two
to
players
enable.
on B.
This is crazy.
Demon 1's in a decent spot to make a play.
Ooh,
A little
Dude, they're
damaged out,
everywhere.
but he had no health. He had a classic.
that should do it.
How are Furia lurking up 3 lanes right now while they're Omen sitting
Against
in
an
back
eco.
mode?
That was wild.
But I do think for as much as this round is going to likely convert for Furia, I'm tempted to say the only reason this works is because there were no guns on the side of Lev.
I would love a
If they try to
timeout
do
for
that
Lev,
in a
to be
rifle
honest.
round,
Yeah,
I don't think that works.
I think
I
they
feel like they're showing us how we can make
still a
ult
little
plays
bit
in
more
ranked
thought
games.
into some of
Yeah,
these rounds than they
In
did
a
the
solo
last 2.
queue. This is kind of crazy. We're seeing like solo ult plays. I mean, that's just an individual player. The Omen, he reads that there's a high likelihood no one's back there because of the presence
Victor
on A.
signed with M80
It's
confirmed.
very risky to
See
stick
the
that in that
Victor
scenario.
Victor chat combo.
And someone could literally
redemption
be in
arc.
sight
For sure.
listening and then swing once you stick it.
Let's hope they got the.
Leviatan now gonna be the
Let's
ones
hope
to
they're
call
out
a
there
timeout.
grinding.
One thing that, again, to go back to this comp change from theirs, right, is previously they had been playing the double senti, which, you know, sometimes that means you're just like stacking hard util, like on the sites themselves, but you also have like deadlock walls shutting
It's definitely
down
it's definitely the right way
lanes
to go. They gotta prove themselves again. They're back at that point.
So I mean, Furia now a few times have taken advantage, like really blowing up the
right
center of
FPS
the
with the
map.
tier
Lev might
1.
wanna
Thank you
think
for the
about
3
that.
months. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I think
you.
Furia have actually done a really good job in the early rounds right now. And this is probably why Lev is going to take this time out. You know, they're losing A main consistently.
Any games you should be looking
they're
at.
losing B main fairly consistently. And if Havoc took
What have
that
we seen
TP
recently?
out, that round would have felt very different.
Yeah.
They won the
Pacific
util
was
battle
rough.
in B main. The way they took it, the way they drew out the retake. And yours
The
value
fracture
is you draw that
from-
retake, you have the other team waste their util, and you're outie. You're gone.
Fracture from Talon's not too
Coming into round
bad.
11 though, King will have money for
Talon
the operator.
Ascent.
He's going to be posting up
C9 Ascent. I
B,
think
it
we
looks
already gave him that
but
one.
It's really hard to play mains, I think, with the op against the Yoral. So often that just turns into a very simple side exec where you're getting hard.
You have the
cleared,
C9
so.
Ascent, right, Deeds?
And maybe if King was TPing from a little
I
bit
think I
further
gave you that
back,
last
and he
week.
could take that aggro line and get back to safety if he feels some of the pressure.
I love King's line.
Honestly, I think anything else you're probably forcing it too
He's
much.
actually aggressing.
But he crossed. Does he know?
He definitely
MK
knows
Slap,
it's
thank you
possible.
so much. Thank you, thank you.
He
This
can't-
isn't favorable for King if it's peaked right.
I don't know. He can't get out of this. Oh,
Nice shot.
yep.
Oh, nice shot.
Very nicely done.
Is it
Snappy reaction
unfavorable?
from the duelist.
Oh,
He's
he's
like,
okay, I was about to say,
I think it was kind of
drone.
close.
Now Havoc accelerating a little bit with his ult. He's going to get a ton of info.
Guess if he wide
Realizing
swings
that
is
B's
what
a
he's
little
talking
bit
about.
softer, it's going to be a full retake from Lev.
Rafa plays so fearless, man. Bro just ran all the way
Yeah,
up
they
to
got
Heaven even
great
before the
retake
Yoral
ults
came
though.
on
Should
in.
be using the Visor
good
like a
post
Killjoy
plant
ult
for
and we
Furia
can
already.
see if the
Yeah,
bust
Lev
is
have
like
a
ready
couple
to
key
go.
ults here, though.
I would
And
love
that's one of
Furia
them.
to
The null command from Rossi. Tex has
be
his
ready
ult
to
too.
pop close door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
this
see
is
how
the right play
aggressive
from
they're
them.
playing with the Vice ult online, and
Uh-oh.
oh,
That shouldn't
Yeah,
have happened.
they might
it's
have
not
done
going too
this.
bad right now for Furia.
No. Still a numbers
Vice
advantage for the
or
defense
Omen
zone.
Flash,
Now
do
the
they
second
get the
ult
res?
pop.
Keep an eye on the two guys under
Havoc has to clear out
Heaven.
a lot of space. He's going to hit a late
Oh, they didn't get too much space with that ult. It's actually pretty doable. Dude, he's going all the way around
If
from
it
mid.
pays off. Do
Wait,
they
this is
know?
nuts.
I don't think they hear any of it. No.
Attack smoke.
Time is the issue, though.
Oh my
The
god.
spike's been going on for a little bit, and so
Okay,
maybe
well,
as
that's
everyone else
unlucky. They had
crumbles
to,
around
like,
him, he's
at
gonna
least
show
kill
up, but
one.
It might be too little too late.
Oh,
I didn't mind the idea from Furia in the 4v5. I thought it was
respect
pretty
the
nice
idea to
from
have the
them.
attack smoke. That was
They knew
their
what was going
smoke in
on. They
hell.
saw the Vice
The problem
ult.
is when you normally see
Everyone's
that
gonna do
the
it from the
smoke should be,
Killjoy
like,
pulse.
clouded
They
out
went
a little bit
aggro.
more. It didn't give them much room, and it
Is this
gave
the
all
KO
of the space
buff
to Lev
patch?
to get
So
the
they're playing it in
spam in.
Pacific?
You actually
think
see
they're
G2
playing it in
do that quite a bit.
Americas? I'm
Valen
not-
does
I
that
think
cloud
that's
out
right.
Hell smoke a lot.
I think I saw the
And
flash
I like
yesterday.
the idea they're trying to buy time for this flank, and man, time was expensive. They couldn't afford it.
For sure.
They are? Yeah.
Look at that smoke
I
is
thought I saw the
bloomed out a
weird
little bit
wall
more.
flash.
That actually gives you the walkout from rafters too,
Yes.
so you're not getting sniped off that angle immediately. Got to deal with other ones, but a little bit easier.
Last round of the half, off still in the hands of King.
It's 4 enough.
Interesting
Their
that
comp's pretty
Furia
nice
is
on
playing
defense.
Out of range of any early knives.
It
or
might
anything
be.
Like this.
The annihilation play.
I think if they win pistol for
Hinder
sure,
lineup?
because they
Is that what's
can
going on? Hinder annihilation
they
play?
can
That would go
do
insane.
the thing where Yoro just plays wine all the time.
Sean, you're such a nerd.
Thank you.
Bro. I say that
Do you think
as
Vice will
lovingly
be
as
played
possible.
less
The
now?
fact that you're thinking that far
Not
ahead
really.
is just,
I think Vice is still great.
it's a treat to watch. We'll see if that is part of the plan, though, or what they try to do. And execute
problem is the
around
Fawns
it.
are still
Missiles in
insanely
the way,
strong.
Scouting up and back is
Like
so
Fawns
sick.
on pistol
awesome.
just
Wow. Thank goodness.
one
for
of the
cat
best bits of
smoke.
util we've
So
seen.
now what? They speed up towards B?
Yeah, but you can't really with the double thorns.
Yeah.
Rafa's in danger here.
Yeah, I don't know that he's a little behind the pack. He might not get across. Oh, he's
Oh, he
tucking.
wants to lurk, Doug. This is all this guy does. Little fake A, but the missiles give up his position. There's no way he survives this.
Big
Yeah,
swing
Demon
from-
one's close by, and
big
for some
swing- wait.
reason that fails. Calm is a little bit further back. Rafa, you
Yeah,
gotta
we're good.
clear those angles, big guy.
Omen ult goes back a sight. We've
Can't
seen
have
this
the
one
fakes that are
again.
happening. That's
Vice
gonna hit all
ult
three.
not in
Look
the
at
corner, so it
Annihilation in
doesn't
main,
reach
too.
the back.
Forces
Will
the
give them a
Vice out.
gap.
Heat needs to get in front of this, find some kind of a pick.
Again, the timing is awkward. The spacing is uncomfortable, and Calm getting the best of Heat in a situation he probably shouldn't have. They're gonna try to walk into B main, and it does not pay off. An 8-4 half for Lev.
Well,
Oh, that's LEV adjust into that Teo lurk.
Yep.
And it's not a great idea. The salvos give away the
I mean,
position.
yeah,
You saw it right
the
there.
thing that just doesn't make sense here is
pretty
it's
much
just
all
like,
Teo's kit does.
if you're gonna vice, or
Have you seen someone
you
do
do
that
it in the
before?
corner with a killjoy,
like,
right?
Peek through
And
a
the-
smoke like that. Yeah.
Or,
Up and back. I like that.
and then you should probably
I think
have
if the
double,
we can have
or what I
two
would do is like you do it
Oh.
next to the box, and then you would double salvo the
We're
corner.
gonna throw it to a quick break. When we return, the
So they
second
have
half
to go
of
into the
Ascent.
damage.
We'll see you
If
guys
you time
shortly.
it right, they have to choose. This was a scrappy map at the moment.
Stuck paying
I'm not
for that
gonna
old
lie.
phone? Don't be. You know, at Verizon,
It's all
we'll pay off
disjointed.
your phone.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And
There's a
you'll
lot
get
of
iPhone
disjointed stuff.
16 on us. That's a value of up to $1,600 only on Verizon.
Will the stage change back for playoffs, mate? It changes back for next week. It's just this 1 week. Just this weekend, that's it. Bobby, good. Yeah, not too bad. Calling Waylay overrated is kinda... I mean, it's still very early for Waylay. And this is the thing. I do think that Waylay's a weird one, and like just new agents are weird in general because it takes people. When a new agent comes out, you got like two things. You got teams playing it badly, but you also have like a grace period where teams don't know how to play against it. So the teams that like really work it out, it looks incredible. But the teams that have no idea what they're doing, it looks awful. Like if you would just watch kickoff, bar maybe like two teams, you would probably think that the Teo ult's not one of the best in the game. But now we kind of actually see teams use it right. Like we can tell that it's
here
one of the
after
best.
one half of Ascent. Furia thought they could, we thought they had some cool ideas. They won 4 out of 5 in the middle of the half, but again, it really
So,
felt
I don't want to judge
left
too
the
much with the
entire way.
Waylay, but the stuff I
appreciate you
see
trying to
is
be
rough
sincere
apart
now,
from
but
G2.
Was Tech just petting his monitor? Like, what
Wait,
was
hang,
that?
you don't.
Speaking
you
of
don't do
G2, let's see if
No, I
Lev
do
do a
not
lot
have
of
my
what G2
monitor
do.
I mean, he lives in his
You would imagine
Tech
they
plays
do.
very close
He
to
does.
his
Might even
monitor.
still
It's
set
a
strats.
close relationship, that's for sure.
Retrieving thorn trap.
But now Furia down 4 here. Need to come up with something. And Lev's comp not going to have the same attack issues that they had with the double Senti.
Frenzy close. Little trap play in B main.
They're playing so far off A.
Heretics
too.
had some decent
I like the
set
thematic
strats. Yeah,
flower
they had
on
like
the
4 nice
ground.
rounds.
Like it's real almost for the flash.
That's a really good flash to swing off of.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
we might
No smokes
see
to block
what I was
this one.
talking about in
That's the
terms of the
nice thing about
Thorns
Vice.
being
You mentioned that
incredible on
yesterday.
pistol rounds. Can
But
they
if that
shoot
flash
it
doesn't get
though?
a ton of value, he's
I think
gonna
the
get
Thorn should probably be a little bit
overwhelmed.
back,
Ryze just
no?
goes by, Dart just went out. They
Oh
froze
no,
moving
okay,
on
he
to
might
the
have
side.
just
The wall's gonna
absolutely
keep him
owned
back.
it.
Rossi
But I
and
mean, you
King's
just have to
both
literally
screwed.
freeze in the
Beautiful.
pistol,
Well
unless you're going to
played.
run through it and
Ryze
accept that
swinging
you're
out
10
of cat
HP
as
or
well.
dead.
Tex finding this pick in mid gives Lev some options, but wait, the spike is boosted up there.
Wait, this spy. Excuse me?
What? Okay, he grabs it, he's fine, but like...
Oh, that's robbery. Quite literally, that's crazy. They get a kill out of
And
that.
they got to kill it,
Tex in
and
great
with
position
insta
right now, but at the same
re-clearing.
time, Prize out in mid.
Oh, that's questionable from Rafa.
Oh, it's really
Numbers
questionable,
down in
man.
Lev's
It
favor.
wasn't even like
How
5
have
seconds
Prize
of
and Khalil
silence.
Just walked completely
30
around
seconds left.
Tex. Left this A site open.
And this guy already had
I think the one
space.
benefit though is that I
It's
don't
like they
believe
all
Tex has
went
heard
searching
much
at the
of
same
anything.
time,
And he
and
was
then
on
they're
the
shocked
rotate,
that
so
they
even if you do
find
think A
someone.
is safe, you're not fully convinced.
Exactly.
And so because of that, they can't contact out. They have to invest in
Honestly,
this
from what I'm
utility
seeing,
clear
I
out.
think
You're
I'll
not
give
gonna have them post-plant,
2021
at least the missiles.
Sentinels double
10 seconds
digits.
left.
But they are going to land here. Khalil, flash, 2 smokes.
Especially as this
Ryze
map
has
was
his drop
around
back up,
then.
but he's so weak, 5 HP. Door's going to buy a little bit of time. Paranoia out. Sunuck committing to get a door
Like
broken
they'd
down.
still
Now
lose,
falls,
but you'd be
Ryze
like,
joins it.
hold up.
Khalil
be
in
worried for a little
1v3.
bit.
All 3 lit up. But you're outgunned.
Wow, that was a round that Furia really should have taken, and one that
I think we were just spoiled a
gets
little bit
left
yesterday with some of the
9 and
games.
gets them super
I think we were
close
just
to running
spoiled
away
a
with
little
this
bit.
game.
I mean, that opening, right, between the flash combo with the Thorns, that guy's full flash stuck in front of the wall, no teammates to help him out. And I think that re-clear into main kind of hooks Furia out of it.
Always good to check in with watch parties happening around the globe. Leviatan, we mentioned it. They haven't given their fans very many reasons to celebrate.
But
so
the
far
one
this
is
year.
balloons.
Yeah, but You know what? Yeah, you're right.
You can't get wins. You can at least
Nail on
have
the
some
pistols.
balloons.
Well, it does seem like they're on the way. They're getting a map win here. Fury have a lot of things to solve and not a lot of time to solve it.
Rossi grabbing mid control really quickly here. Deep mid 3 smoke. A lot of pressure in mid. You can see how passive they are on the extremities. I like this look from Lev.
I feel like Rafa's just playing on his own this entire game. In the mid space too, now doing the same on the defense.
Oh, nice shot.
Unbelievable shot.
Is that the spike? That was?
Well,
I did not realize they had that up there.
I mean, you're gonna
He
need
left it.
You're gonna need 4 more of those. 3. Oh dear.
Hold on, now there's a push out of B main as well. Wall triggered though, and now Leviatan starting to equalize.
It's the mud again. It's messy again.
Still gotta get the spike and
It is a little messy.
get past Havoc Sheriff.
He's not wrong.
That pixel angle. Almost getting a little bit more damage done. 35 seconds left.
Ooh,
They
I like
managed to
this
get
goal.
the spike down.
These rounds are crazy. There's no way we're walking into the enemy spawn.
No, it's not the worst thing ever if he had a proper
A
swing.
1v1, of course. This is how everybody thought this round was gonna end up.
Calm's having a great game. 1v1. This is his wheelhouse.
What about Fnatic
he has
2023?
32
The thing is, Fnatic
Come on,
2023 actually played like
Come on.
really good Valorant.
But you know, honestly though, this is the conversation we had at the beginning of the round, and this is the spot that we're in. So
Like the difference between 2023
Conventional wisdom
Fnatic
out
and
the window.
2021 Sentinels is crazy.
Heat waiting on the other side of the wall, gonna break it, flashing, swinging. Oh, yeah, and
very,
it wasn't
very
even
nice.
close, right?
Look at the X's on the minimap. That is Lev in an anti-eco, and the positions they're
That's
dying.
crazy.
What?
I mean, I like the idea that they had for mid control. I like the
Tokyo
extremity
Fnatic
holds.
with a
I
month's
did not realize the
prep
spike
takes
was
G2.
making its
No,
way to
I'm gonna
market.
get
Because
wrecked.
that's the real problem, right? The spike goes down here, then it's a Marshall on its own trying to recover the spike and get away
Guys, you
from
got
just
you gotta just
closing
accept
in
that
from every
over the
angle.
years,
That's why it
the
turns
whole
into a
level of the
mess.
game just increases. I do think it
Is that
does
a bug?
this
Could it
though,
be
right?
Mayo?
It's like
Response probably help.
we always get the
On the-
peak at champs, but then
It could be
like
ma-
stuff
I
happens, we
feel
get
like
resets, we
I
get
would
roster
almost
changes.
rather be covered in
It does
mud than
just
in
do this
mayo.
like
Yeah,
year after
I've
year, and
got-
we kind of
they've
peak
got
at
mud
champs.
bats. They don't
Yeah.
have mayo bats, as far as I
Like-
know.
I'm sure somebody tried.
2023 Fnatic, you had like 5 teams that really understood the game.
Okay, continuing
And
on
then
with that.
2024 champs, you probably had
Tech's
like
expecting a little bit of aggression towards B, or making sure that's not the case.
7,
Meanwhile,
8
kills
teams.
traded in main.
Mm,
A lot of utilities still gonna have to work through.
yeah, around 8 teams.
Re-hitting here is not going to be so easy,
And then
especially if
you're
not
expecting
any
around
longer.
like 12, 10.
It's
Yeah.
not terrible to lose the Yora to the KO right there. It's going to make the hit. Like you said, it's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, sucks to not have the clone to at least pre-break this Vise wall, though.
Let's see how they use the waylay. to
Like
get
I'm
past all
expecting
this
champs to
infill.
be crazy stacked.
Something I haven't really had to do yet.
Teleport primed on the waylay. Here we go.
The thorns have already been procced.
My
Nice entry.
Yeah,
That
very
was
well
Nice
done.
shots.
You went into the door smoke, got the fight on the rotate?
I didn't see. I know he threw out the hinder. I didn't see where it landed.
I didn't either, yeah.
But I know we've seen waylays try and toss it into smokes they dash towards.
I'm pretty sure he threw it over in the smoke.
Hopefully we catch it on the replay. 3v2 here. Prize and Khalil have a fighting chance at this. Well, they had a
Damn,
fighting
nice
chance
round from
at
King, though.
it. It's now 1v3.
Yeah, and the
quickly
double
turned
up on
into
the
1v2.
heaven.
You still don't understand
Very
the
strong.
player in hell.
Okay, it's
And
gonna
again,
be
safe and secure
gonna
in
be
the
a
hands of
short
Lev.
one.
Yeah, and that's the bonus going Lev's way. And oh man, the hope is dwindling here.
Yeah, so tough that Furia picked this map, seeing the weaknesses. And yeah, the
It was
hinder
a-
was thrown in here. That's awesome. Never jump while hindered. You're done.
Guys, I have a confession. There's nothing
Confess.
more that I
better
love.
Than this guy. I'm better than this guy.
I agree.
Oh man, he is 17-6.
Hard to
I
argue
mean,
that.
Yeah.
Sean, what
It's
do you
hard to
think?
argue
Don't
when
be
he's
angry.
Yeah,
got
well,
this
I
score.
love
Fighting support players for the
Yeah, they stole the G2. They stole the
Like the way he
G2. They
dove
got the
into
same
smoke, the way
ult
the way he's
strats.
diving into market
That's
on the
funny.
B hits.
Especially because on this map, you always have someone in like on an A hit playing inside the tree smoke, trying to jump through when you hit
Wait,
in.
that's
Same thing for the market smokes on a B hit.
That's not gonna feel good. It's gonna flood him back into B main, or into back site. Prize at a distance with a stinger. I mean, he's the only one who can make a play, and they're trying to rotate back to help him out, but They've got the crosses covered.
It's just a shellacking right now from Lev.
Yeah.
I'm really pleasantly surprised with King's
Okay,
Waylay.
they're gonna
Like,
save
this
this
has been a,
ult.
permanent Yoru duty
Okay.
for Leviatan.
What's
just
actually
about.
going to happen
Well, I
this
mean, and
next
I
round
understand
is
why.
Lev's
It's
going to
such a
do the
strong
same
agent right
thing.
now. It feels like if
Doing
you aren't leaning into
4-1.
the Yoru, some of the
He's going to
strengths
get
of
into the
offense, you're
corner. He's going
behind.
to
But
ult,
like the
and they're
fact
going to
that he's
send it.
got all the Hinder lineups ready, he's dashing in, finding a ton of entries. Like
It's
really
100%
solid
a
so
4-1.
Yeah, that's the impressive
him
part
going
is
here and
all
ulting.
of the plays he has,
Yeah.
right? It's not
Timeout?
the
Oh, dude, the
on-the-fly
timeout might ruin
playmaking.
it.
He's probably not at that point yet on Waylay.
Nah, surely
but
they play
clearly
it.
put
Unless
a
the coaches
lot of
watched
work
it.
into setting him up in the set plays.
And remember, a week
Okay,
ago,
come on, dudes.
their comp
This
was
is your
entirely
chance.
different.
Yes.
I mean, the glow up.
Go
that they've
close
had
mid
in,
with a
what,
judge
6
or something.
days, 5
Bucky,
days
I don't know what
is
your
insane.
money's like.
Yes. And I mean,
Someone close right.
there's been a lot of
He just
questions
dry
in the community about, like,
dashes.
why is King IGL, or why is King, who was an IGL, flex player last year, and one of the best players in our region, why is this guy our duelist when we have Demon 1, we have Tex?
Yeah.
Right.
He's our duelist. And we heard from Tex in an interview, actually, that the reason for that is they really trust this guy's mechanics.
Good 1K.
And
Okay, they get a full
Tex
buy then.
and the team are really behind it. They say he's putting in work, and in scrims, Demon 1 and King are frying. And it just hasn't fully translated. I mean, I will say, Tex, a little bit shady. It's
Butter
off.
Buns with the
It's
prime.
getting better.
It's
Thank you
getting
so much
better.
for the 5
Getting
months.
better
Thank you.
is how he worded it. I mean,
Little subtle. You're still not as good as I am. But,
I'm
you
worried
know,
about the timeout. They might
mean,
change
to
their
be fair,
strat, but I
Texas
think they
off
just
pretty
keep it
clean.
simple.
Texas off
I think
pretty
they still
clean.
go for the
Yeah,
4-1, I believe.
I mean, he was a chamber abuser.
Dude, I would be happy to see Tex back in the chamber.
That would be crazy.
Okay, why
I was
is
bringing
Waylay
it
looking
back,
at
do
me?
good
So
times.
aggro.
Whatever.
We are seeing a bit of a resurgence of Chamber in the conversation. Maybe on Pearl. I mean, it's not unthinkable.
No, you're not going mid?
But
Devastating.
we still need to close up Ascent. We need to close up the mess and the slaughter that has been this first map. The timeline tells the tale even in the second half. The pistol, anti-eco, the bonus, everything going their way. Furia now in a position to maybe strike back. You've got rifles, heavy armor on a couple of members, but
Oh, Furia running a Yoru play out of A main. And that's actually going to put Lev in a tough spot.
Yeah,
because they're almost
you're speeding
forced
this
either
one up.
re-clear back into
The
mid-space, they have
drone
nothing,
hits you. Omen
or
flash.
get in front of this Vise util somehow.
It's back
Did
at the
that hit?
side. Oh, he missed it.
Oh.
He went
Back into the middle.
and now we ult into the backside. Leviatan are still making this work.
they're tripling down on it, and it might just work out. You're absolutely right. A 3v3, you've got the Vice ult that throws things into disarray for just a moment. Advantage now the way of the defense.
Spike still made it to sight, though.
Somehow.
Last player standing.
Yeah, that's the last thing standing.
Well.
Com's gonna have to 1v3 this. If he can pull it off, he's gonna get his fights are all bunched up, not giving him any room to
Oh,
breathe.
Jesus.
He's
Oh,
got
dig
four.
off.
He's got all
Oh,
three.
God.
The Red Bull clutch for Lev in map 1. He said it.
He said
He's
it.
better.
Well.
Man, that boy was right.
Dude, look at Rossi. Rossi can't even believe it.
That's
That was just an
insanity,
insane
bro.
map out of comp. Not just
Dude, he had
that
like
last round,
21
the
kills?
entire way
21 to
through.
7?
This guy's been unreal.
The Ascent GOAT? He's back.
One bullet.
He's
Last
so
bullet.
back. On the last bullet, too. Clean.
What a map icon.
Dude, this was really rough to watch from Furia's
Heartbreaking that that's
POV.
Furia's map pick.
That was their map
Yeah,
pick?
Calm closed it out with 3-1 KD,
God.
21-7, over 300 ACS.